In any given year, between 300 and 800,000 American vets are homeless. I believe that it was important that we hear from them personally, their stories, and see the type of conditions they're existing in. Walking out here on this trail and seeing all these small camps, like this camp here, I couldn't believe that this is happening in the United States. This is something we would see in the third world. This is something we would expect in a refugee camp in Africa or Southeast Asia. And we're just a half a mile from suburban area here. What's your name?
Trainwreck.
Trainwreck. Trainwreck?
Mm-hmm.
How long you been out here?
I've been out here about 4 months.
What's your profession?
Scaffolding.
Scaffolding. That makes a pretty good living at that when you're working, right?
When there is work.
How long has it been since you've had work?
2.5 years. There's no work out there.
And then you heard about a place out here where people were just living in tents?
We had no choice, either that or sleep on the concrete.
Are you a vet?
Yes.
What does our government help do in this matter? How have they assisted you?
Well, you see it.
This is the help your government gives you.
This is it.
Why don't you remind some of the people who are so quick to talk about supporting our brave men and women and ask them, is this the kind of support they were talking about also?
Well, here's the whole thing. I feel personally, the reason why the troops are still over there is because the economy's so bad over here. You bring them back home, then what?
They're going to be right in our situation.
Then they're going to be camping out like us.
How many other vets have you met who are homeless?
A lot. There's a lot of vets out here.
What's it like to wake up in the morning?
Well, you wake up in the morning and being so you're stressed out about living out here. You pray you have a cold beer in the
Or a few dollars. Or a few dollars.
Or a few dollars to get a cold beer, just to get your day going, because you're so stressed out. You ain't got a job. You know, here's where you got to go to get something to eat. I mean, it's tough. I mean, you got to bring your own bottled water back here. And as far as electricity, you're doing you're doing the Fred Flintstone thing. You're lighting fires, and that's how you cook your food. You know.
About how many people live out here?
Boy, that's a good guesstimation. I'd say a good 20 to 30, at least.
It's awful humid. It's about 97 degrees today, and with the humidity, it's about 105. Mosquitoes are everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
How do you adapt to that?
Deal with it.
By living with it. No choice. Got to deal with it. So
what's a message you'd like to tell the American public?
Hold on to what you got. Life sucks, deal with it.
What was your profession?
Well, for 12 and a half years, I was a roofer. I made good money. I paid my own home off. I was married to a nice lady for 8.5 years. And after 8.5 years, things went downhill. That's pretty much got me here. She took everything on. She sold my truck, my car, my house.
What's it like for you living out here?
Not fun. I mean, from a daily to daily basis, I mean, you're struggling to make it.
Where do you take a shower?
Well, there's a canal over here. It runs over river rock, and any water that runs over river rock will purify itself. But the one thing about it is there's an embankment, like 90 degrees down. You got to climb down it to get to the water.
To take a shower.
Yeah.
What message would you like to give the American public?
Well, my major opinion, because I have met a lot of people over my years of being on the streets and going from place to place to place. There's so many people that look down their nose at us. Don't look down your nose, because you're only one paycheck away from being where we're at.
Give us your name, please.
My name is Mark.
Mark, tell us your story.
Well, about 3 years ago, I became homeless, and I've been camped in the woods now since about last October.
What kind of work did you do? What's your specialty?
I'm a carpenter. I build houses, and not to pat myself on the back, but I'm good at it. But they're not building. And I blame it all on the greed. They kept pushing to build, and now they're not building anywhere. They're not projected to build in this county for 4 or 5 years still.
What's the life like in one of the camps in the woods?
Well, it's day by day. I mean, if you want water, you have to bring in your own water. Food, you bring in your own food. Whatever, everything, it's got to be brought in.
Did you ever have a home?
Yes.
A family?
Yes.
Do you have a problem with alcohol or drugs?
No?
What percentage of people out there are having problems with drugs or alcohol?
Well, I couldn't give you a percentage. I'll say many of them do.
Are they getting help?
No. They're pushed to the side. They keep circulating rumors that they're going to kick us all out of there real soon.
Where are you supposed to go if they kick you out?
They don't care.
Let's say that you could sit across from Barack Obama right now. What message would you give the president?
Well, I don't know if there's anything he could do, because it started, long before him with all the greed. Everybody looking for me, and like out there in the camps, it's not like that. Everybody helps everybody else, because you need that help. And I don't know that there's anything one man could do.
Okay,
You need to hold the whole philosophy of the country needs to change. People's attitudes.